Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap Session for Tuesday, July the 11th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room. Please, if you're looking to join us, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, in the pre-market, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so taking a look at the news today, still a little bit of a late news day. We've got CB leading index coming out of Great Britain at 9:30 Eastern. We've got JOLTS jobs at 10 Eastern. We've got final wholesale inventories at 10, and then 12:30 we've got FOMC Brainerd speaking. Tomorrow is going to be the big news, though. Of course, we've got the crude oil, the Bank of Canada press conference, Fed testifying, and of course the Canadian overnight rate and bank statement. So bigger news tomorrow, but we got beige book in the afternoon with the 10-year bond. So bigger news tomorrow. I'll take a look at yesterday. Yesterday, Hypo 1 was dead on. We were looking for an open auction in range, a push down somewhere into the LVN zone, find responsive buyers. They started to move up, and then they came back down, and it was almost looking like it was going to flip over to Hypo 2 and get the continuation down into the lower distribution. But nope, higher low, okay, and then they just came in and they bought, and we got all the way up into that target at 27.25, and the naked VPOC and the naked close at 27.75. And we basically just chopped around. We left that naked VPOC open for most of the day. Then into the closing session, we get our closing swing high. Take out the high that was put in at 29.25. Take out the naked VPOC at 29.50, and then what do? We rotated down into the 24.50. We were expecting to close down somewhere in around the 23s. We did continue down in the extended session, and of course now we're trading. Where are we trading? 22.75. So we're back in the balance now. The reason I was thinking a close around the 23 is because of this microcomposite profile, where we've got the what is it now? 3, 6, 9, 10 days of balance. The microcomposite VPOC is at 23. The 3-day balance is at the same. So we've got strong price acceptance here around the 23, but we'll get into that in just a minute. I always like to start my day looking at a simple candlestick chart. I use my paper money to do this, and we use 9 EMA and the 20 SMA. I start on a monthly and I work my way down in the different time frames, just seeing where we are within the trend. You can see beautiful trend. We still have a higher low, so we're still one time framing up on the monthly. The low last month was 2.25, and so far this month is 5.25. So they're holding. Hold on a second. Gold's taking off. Jeez, I missed that one. Oh well. So the one-time framing is still being maintained, and we don't even come close to testing the trend until we get mid 2300. On the weekly, you can see that we are holding above the 9, but we're losing some slope and separation and kind of going into a consolidation. This is going to be a testing point. Whether or not we hold above the 16 area, I'm watching that 1775 and the 1475 for a move down to the 10 area. And the reason why I'm not watching the 10 area is there's a naked cross down there, as well as a couple other things I'm going to talk about. As we move down to the daily, you can see that we have got this rounding top happening. We've talked about this for a few days now, and we've got slope and separation to the downside, and they're failing to get back above the 20. Right now we're sitting just below the 9. So the trend is starting to go down on the daily. As we move down in time frame, I don't know why that does that sometimes. Oh, I may have just lost my data. Oh, there we go. On the 4 hour, we're basically in this consolidation area right now. We do have a bit of a downward trend, but we're not below the 20 SMA yet. So we're just in between and consolidating on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, you can see that we have moved down. We do have a naked cross above us up here. And we could certainly go up there and take it out. You can see down here we've got this naked cross on the 4 hour down in the 10 level. There's a few of them down in this area from this big move up on Friday. Going to the 30-minute, you can see we get good slope and good separation to the downside. There's that naked cross down there as well in the 950. We are leaving one right here at 2550. So still some repair work above us. The trend is down, but you can see we're losing a little bit of slope right now, a little bit of separation. We're trying to get back above the 9. As we move down to the 15-minute, you can see that they're trying to challenge this trend to the upside against the 20. There is the naked cross up here as well at 26.25, and then we go to the 5-minute, and you can see that we've got possible start of an upward trend here. So, I mean, we're just, we're sitting right back in this balance. The longer term balance is, up here at the 35.50 here area, and we're inside of the value area. So from the gap up day on the 25th of May, from that time period on, we've just been testing both sides of this larger balance as we went in and made new all-time highs at the 51.50. We've tested to the downside and came down almost to that 2450 that we put in on the low of May 31st. Put in the higher high at 02.25 last week. So far this week we've got 5.25, and we've come right back up, and we're now inside of the longer time frame value area and chopping around the smaller microcomposite, 10-day microcomposite at the 23. 25 still remains resistance above that. We're targeting the 27.25, and then 31.50, and of course the big target above at 35.50. So watch this 18 area. Because if we get below the 18, I'm watching between the 17.75 and the 14.50. I'll show you why in a minute. We could come down and come target this 11 again, and those naked crosses that are sitting down there at 10 and 9.50. If you look at I just want to show you this because I thought this was kind of interesting. If you look at the last 3 days, we've had double distributions, and each day we've held above the LVN and rotated up and then fought the high. We opened, we came down to the LVN, came up and fought the high. Then what do? We put another double distribution in yesterday. Now we are below the LVN from yesterday, which is the first time in the last 3 days that's happened. So it could be significant that we're seeing some repair work that has to be done below. If you look at the overnight inventory is pretty much neutral. I would say neutral to slightly negative We're likely going to get if we trade much more down here, we're likely to get a shift of the VPOC down to the 22.75, but currently it's still up here at the 24.25. So just taking a look at our levels, our overnight high is up at 27.75, right at the VPOC from yesterday, and our current overnight low, this could change, since we are trading close to it. It is 21.25. Our 20 period full session daily ATR is running at 1774. So the daily downside ATR is the same as yesterday, down in the 10 level, and down by those naked crosses, we've got a naked VPOC down to 8.25 off of the current overnight low, and this could shift, but currently 21.25 plus the daily ATR of 1774, so 40 is the daily upside ATR target. So we've been in this tighter range where our daily range, average true range, really hasn't traded much. There's the shift of the VPOC down. I doubt we're going to get a shift back up. So the overnight VPOC is down here at 22.75. Basically right near the HVN of the lower distribution and right at that composite high volume node. This composite high volume node and the 10-day microcomposite. We have the value area low and the close from yesterday is right here with the midpoint and the prior range high at the 24.50 to 25. So that becomes our over underline today. Simply that means that I'm looking for longs essentially above it. I'm looking for shorts essentially below it. Above it, I'm targeting that 27.25 area just in front of the naked VPOC and the overnight high at 27.75. The resistance comes in at the 31.50. So I'm going to be watching between the 30 and the 31.50. For that resistance and a move up into the naked VPOC at 34 and the microcomposite longer time frame microcomposite at 35.50 and possibly a move up into the 40 area. Key line in the sand gets moved up to 40.75, just above the daily ATR, and above that we're targeting 42. And then 43.75. And then this becomes target at 47. And of course the all-time high up at 51 and new all-time highs. To the downside, below the 25 area, we've got to be looking at balance in around the 22 to 23. The July open is 22, so I'm expecting that we could chop around here. And then to the downside, we got the overnight low at 21.25. There's really not much down there. We want to watch the 18. So I know 19 is an important level below us, but you can see that between the two, we still have that large LVN area from Friday that really starts up here at the 20 area. So I'm going to watch the 20 area for a move down through to the 1775, and 1775 will take us just below the longer time frame value area low at 18. So 1775, and then below that targeting the 16. This is no longer an over-under line. It is a trade level. That is the CLVN at 1475. And then the range low from Friday at 12, and the daily ATR at 10, 8, 5, and then the key line in the sand, of course, is now down at 24.01, just below that June low of 225. And we should note that this also is current July low. All right, so those are all our levels. So what is our hypothesis? I am seeing a little bit of weakness coming in. So my hypo 1 and hypo 2 from yesterday are actually going to get flipped over. And I caution you because, you know, either one has equal weight. But my main hypothesis is an open auction in range, just out of value, a push up to test that value, and either failure at 25 or a pop to 27, and then finding responsive sellers, okay, in this upper distribution, coming down and chopping around the 23, and then pushing down, taking out the overnight low and testing this 1775 with a possibility of continuation this day down towards that naked cross and the daily downside ATR target, and those other targets down there between the 8.25 and 12 area, centering around that 10. So that's my hypo 1. Hypo 2 is an open auction in range, just out of value, a move down, take out the overnight low, come down into the lower distribution or just inside of this LVN, but somewhere between the 20 area and the 16 area, finding responsive buyers, rotating us back up, chopping between the 23 and the 25, and then pushing up into the 27 with a late day probe, okay, trying to break through that 30 and coming up into balance again at the 34 to 35 area. That is hypo 2. Both 1 and 2 equal weights. A 50-50 shot. I'm going to wait to see where the impulse, the first major impulse wave is, to see who's taking control. Hypo 3 is an open auction or an open test drive, and failure to get above the 25 and then immediately come down, push into the 1475, fail, come right down into the 08 to 10 area and continue down and take out and put in a new July low and a test down into this 2401, possibly into the 2300s. That is hypo 3. Hypo 4 is an open auction, in range, out of value, an open test drive, failure to break the low or just a false breakout, and then buyers step in strong, whip us right up into the 34, 35 area, and then get a push up into the 40s and coming up and testing into the 40s and closing above yesterday's range, probably somewhere in around the 35, but pushing through to testing at least up into the 40, 75 area, possibly even more, but I doubt that. There is a fifth alternative where we basically have an inside day and trade inside of yesterday, testing both sides of the double distribution and just accepting more balance in around the 23 to 27 area. So those are my main hypotheses. Taking a look at gold. Gold continues to find balance down here. You can see we were looking for that yesterday when we were doing the pre-market, the microcomposite 2-day VPOC was up here near this 23 area, and we were waiting for the shift down to see if we got the shift, and then how they handled the shift, okay, once it shifted down. Is it buyers stepping in and looking for, you know, a change of trend and a rotation up, or do we fail to hold above the 10 area and see continuation to the downside? Going to bring today's volume in so far. You can see we're still got the VPOC. So the key over underline is this 10 area. If we see a move below it, look for them to push through and test this 04 level and possibly come down and to test the 1200 level. We're we've got these areas, these centennial numbers, both on the ES and the NGC. That we're so close to, so we can't put it out of the realm of possibility that we come down and test those centennial numbers. If we can hold above the 10 level, look for more chop around the 13 and a push up to test the 17. If we get above the 17.3, we're outside of the 3-day value. I'd be looking for continuation up towards the 22 to 23 area. So that's what I'm looking at for gold. Gold has been really screwy lately. It's been making these weird, $1 to $2 moves. So just be careful if you've got any size on that. You don't want to be trapped. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.